Welcome back to Concrete Audio Docs. In this episode, we're diving into Concrete Vault shares, also known as ctAssets. If you've deposited into a Concrete Vault, you've probably seen tokens like ctETH or ctUSDC. But what exactly are they? Let's break it down. When you deposit assets into a Concrete Vault, you receive vault shares in return. These shares are ERC20 tokens called ctAssets. For example, if you deposit ETH into an ETH vault, you may receive ctETH. If you deposit USDC, you may receive a token tied to that vault's structure. Think of these tokens as a digital receipt for your deposit. They represent your ownership in the vault and your share of the assets inside it. Concrete vaults follow something called the ERC4626 tokenized vault standard. Now, don't worry too much about the technical name. What matters is how yield works. Unlike some systems where your token balance grows over time, your CT asset balance stays the same. What changes is the value of each share. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine you deposit 1 ETH into a Concrete vault when the share price is 1-to-1. You receive approximately 1 ctETH. At this point, 1 ctETH is worth 1 ETH. Now time passes. The vault strategy generates yield. Instead of giving you more ctETH, the value of that same ctETH increases. Later, your 1 ctETH might be redeemable for 1.04 ETH. That means the vault generated around 4% yield. Your share count never changed. The value of the share changed. This is one of the core ideas behind ERC4626 vaults. Yield is reflected through a changing exchange rate between shares and the underlying asset. So where does this yield come from? It comes from the strategies running inside the vault. These strategies may involve lending, liquidity provision, or other DeFi opportunities managed by the vault curator. As those strategies perform well, the vault's total value increases. And because the number of shares stays mostly the same, each share becomes worth more. Your personal yield depends on how many shares you hold. The more shares you own, the larger your portion of the vault. Concrete also updates yield tracking automatically. Whenever users deposit, withdraw, mint, or redeem assets, the system updates vault accounting in the background. This helps ensure that yield calculations remain accurate and transparent on-chain. Now let's talk about why ctAssets matter. Because they are standard ERC20 tokens, they are flexible. You can transfer them between wallets, you may eventually trade them, and they remain fully compatible with the broader DeFi ecosystem. Most importantly, they are redeemable. When you decide to withdraw, you exchange your ctAssets back for the original asset plus any yield earned. At redemption, those vault shares are burned and the underlying assets are returned to you. Here's another example. Imagine you deposited 1 ETH and received 1 ctETH. After 90 days, if the vault generated around 3.75% yield, your 1 ctETH may now be redeemable for approximately 1.0375 ETH. Again, the number of tokens did not change. Only the value changed. Concrete also aims to keep this process fair. New depositors enter at the current share price, which already reflects previously generated yield. That way, existing holders are not diluted and rewards remain proportional. Finally, what happens when you want to withdraw? If liquidity is available, redemption can happen immediately, but sometimes funds may still be deployed inside strategies or money markets. In those situations, withdrawals may enter a redemption queue. This helps manage liquidity in a predictable and transparent way while ensuring stability for the vault. At its core, ctAssets are simple. Deposit assets, receive vault shares, hold those shares while strategies generate yield, and redeem them later for your original assets, plus whatever value the vault has earned over time. That's how Concrete Vault shares work.